Welcome back to episode 3, the final episode of the Raptor game, Calling Shadows on Butt Dial. I'm your host, Draskin. We're doing the outer regions that are not close by this time. Hopefully I'm not gonna die this time, but we'll see, because it's been about a hot minute or two since I've played this, and I've already messed up because I did not replenish my shields. That's kind of a must when you go to the outer regions, because everything out there wants to kill you. Have you never heard of being afraid of the dark? Because this is like literally being afraid of the dark in a region, like in a wave of enemies, and it's really terrible. So you'll more than likely want to follow my advice and use the big fuck off twin cannon lasers for this stretch of the imagination, because otherwise you are going to have as the fat skeleton from the not Deltarune would say, a bad time. And as you can see from the context of the outer regions, we're everywhere outside of planet Earth. Because we're that far in advance into the future that we still get cash money missiles, even here. You'd think with the level of advanced technology that we would have dropped that by now and buried it 6 feet underground where it actually belongs. I mean, it's its home. Cash money missiles like things on the ground, so why not bury it where it really wants to be, right? Considering the vast majority of the things in this game that shoot at you kind of sort of don't walk. If they don't fly, I would probably say, hey, can you get somebody else to play this game? Because I'm clearly blind and cannot see anything of what's going on, which is kind of true right now, because everything's gray, my future is gray, and everything kind of blends in with each other. That's the boss from the very beginning. That's what I think of the boss from the very beginning. He's gone back to whence he came, the concept art stage, because I've just blown him to smithereens. So now you might think, oh, well, you know, in the outer regions, it looks like it's just gonna be the moon. Well, you know, you'd think so, but no, these pirates are very advanced. I don't even know if they're pirates, to be totally honest, but these guys are so advanced, they've colonized so many different moons that look different. You've got the cheddar cheese moon, which is this one. You've got the brie cheese moon, which is actually quite cold. It's a very breezy place. You've got the mozzarella cheese moon and the blue cheese moon, which shows up very rarely. It's like a random chance, and it shows up once in a self-described blue moon. There's a good way to end a rather cliched joke of, hey look, the moon's made of cheese. Yeah, well, Mars is made of devil sand, which means it's evil, which is why every single movie that ever has anything related to demons and aliens on it always takes place on Mars for some reason. Mars is the red devil for a reason. Don't ask me why it's that, but this guy has twin fuck-off cannon lasers along with everything else in the game that you can buy for about $5 at Walmart. I dropped a nuke because I wanted to destroy part of that building to get more cash money. Not in terms of rockets. Those can just go away. I really don't care. So I'm going to replenish my shields, because you're going to need to do that every single time you go there. Get out of my face, cash money rockets. The second region of the outer space. See? Now we're on the planet of Red Moon. Now I wonder when we're going to be able to go to the Jade Moon, which is a place in Star Wars, I think. If I remember correctly. I played Rogue Squadron like at least 100 times, and I just remember a moon that's not actually made out of jade, because that's a big scam. If it was made out of jade, I mean, they wouldn't be there, because they'd have taken it over and mined the crap out of it. I wonder what that would look like. Because you got the forest moon of Endor, Which I wonder what, ow, I wonder why that was named. Because they probably, because there's all the Ewoks on it, they probably named it that because they're endorable. Ha. Be sure to like and subscribe. What else am I supposed to say when I inadvertently make a pun that stupidly terrible? It'll just make your head combust like the ATSTs in the movie. At least that's how I feel right now. That's how I feel is very appropriate for all of this. I hate sand. It's coarse. It's rough. And I just don't like it. Which is a good thing that the, oh yeah, that's a boss. It's so shrimpy and tiny, it doesn't even look like a boss. It's just like, oh, it's like one of those Wave 5 enemies from Bravo Sector. You know, the ones that, like, have the two little side bitches attached to it that just turn, like, get off it and then shoot you, and they're like, oh no, daddy's dead! When you just blow up the main canister thing. You know, English. Military speech. At 0400 hours, I'm gonna KMS myself. Roger, over. I just destroyed the #1 building on Mars. Which is pretty apt, actually. Why you ask that? Well, I don't know, I couldn't tell you. It's just funny. Mars building, Ichiban, destroyed. I got more nukes than I can carry, which again is very unfortunate. I should be able to carry more because I do nuke things responsibly. I press the red button whenever something bad happens, which is basically all the time. Man cannot get a break. See, now we've killed building #2. You mean to tell me that we have just so conveniently found the very first 2 buildings that were ever put on Mars, and we've just destroyed... Oh, I hate these bosses. These are the most boring bosses in the game. Being nice, of course. Because, A, they don't move, and they're dangerous to approach head-on, applied directly to the forehead, because you will get lasers in a lot of senses applied directly to your forehead, and you will die instantly. Well, maybe not instantly, but in about 0.02.5 seconds. So most of the bosses just consist of just sitting here and doing this. It's very riveting. And I also need to hydrate. Alright, I'm done drinking an entire 2-liter bottle of water. Are you done yet? Thank you. Good talks. Okay. Now back to the shop so we can buy more shields. Screw you, I wanted to buy more than I could carry. And you won't let me. I'm being so oppressed. Back to the outer regions. Ah, another night mission because of the music. So I'm gonna blind these guys by turning on my high beams. It would be funny if that was actually a viable strategy, but because it's not a viable strategy, I can just dream about it and laugh. Throw my head back in laughter. As I came up with the most genius weapon of all. Coming over the hill with your high beams up. Ah, a phase shield. Which, that is the only opportunity. And I wish I was joking, but I'm not joking. As you can very clearly see at the top left-hand screen, directions. At the top left-hand corner of the screen, you can see I now have 6 phase shields, which means I am too powerful. Hold your applause. Yeah, if you pick up a phase shield in the wild when you have all 5 slots filled, you will get a 6th phase shield, which is actually kind of neat and very interesting. And I don't know why you can't just buy a 6th, but it doesn't work with nukes. You can only no more than 5 nukes. God, I would hate it if this game had like a weight limit. Oh look, it's boss #1 again. How many times has that guy shown up? He's been, like, that particular boss has shown up probably like 4 times. The developers must have just felt really, 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 really bad for him. It's like, hey, you'll get the most screen time out of any of the other bosses, except for the ground bosses, because they take forever to kill. That's how we balance it out. Boss number 1, hey look, nostalgia. Remember, you were here only 5 minutes ago. But as you can see, as I mentioned in the last episode with the first night mission that we dealt with, you cannot see the shadows of the ships as they're approaching. However, in this particular sense, in these missions, you can. Not that that helps all that much. I'm just kidding. It helps a great deal, being able to see your enemy. See your enemy before they approach. But in the case of the big chunky land tanks outside of Rubicon, doesn't matter if you can see them coming, because they take forever. They take forever. I hate it. And the majority of the bosses in the outer regions are those big hulking land tanks. Outside of Rubicon, Dubicon, and other conventions. Ah, a non-land tank. I could have sworn this guy had lasers. Come on, you have to have lasers, man. He didn't have lasers. Couldn't get with the times. So he got lasered. That's unfortunate. Hearts out for non-laser bitches in whatever economy year this is. I can get rid of one of these dummy thick missiles. Get rid of this. Get out of my life. The dimmer psycho. Yeah, I'm a dim psycho. All right. Fly mission for a flyboy. Oh, my favorite track of the game. Yep. And now we're in the desert on an unknown planet in the middle of nowhere. They call it No Man's Sky. No Man's Land, but in space. Ah, these little shits. They're just fun to destroy. How 90s of a building do you need to make that? Those, like, I don't know what they're called. The ridges on the top of the building being those squares. Like, that's like such a 90s game design thing. And they incorporated it into a building. The architects, man, they cultured. Majority of the laser ships are cool. Yeah. The water here is very hot and very orange. Which means something entirely different. Most of the laser ships look cool, but some of them do look a little silly. IMO. Not hating, it's just personal preference. Personal preferential treatment. Ah, this little bastard. What wave did you show up in? I think that's a Tango Sector boss, but I could be disremembering. Ah, the single patch of grass. What the heck? Or is that mold? And it looked like there was a person standing right in it. I wonder if algae is a part of his diet. I mean, it'd be hard to get here considering the water is probably a little bit too orange, very unwater-like, and also very hot. I don't think algae would survive in there. Though I wonder if there's algae on lava. Has anyone ever tried a social experiment of ingesting algae lava? Don't do that. That sounds terrible. It sounds like it would also taste disgusting as well. It also probably wouldn't be very good for your blood. You know, it would make your blood boil eating it. So yeah, no, don't do that. Don't even joke. Don't even do that. Give me all your money, you little shits. Hell yeah. Those are the most pointless lasers I've ever seen. What are you? Oh, spam the boss. Okay. Now you can't call for help because I've destroyed your radar dishes that are conveniently pointing straight up. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Fork-shaped ship? All right. Replenishing my shields is gonna bankrupt me. What did he say? Welcome to the only one and only automated one and only stop shop. All purchases will be loaded and installed free of charge, except the fact that you have to buy them. Great, sounds awesome. Normally I can get right on the pitch, but this time I missed the pitch, therefore I'm gonna be fired from the nearest baseball team. For whatever reason, I just missed. I messed up. Oh, I missed. Not giving me much room to breathe here, guys. It's kind of a requirement for existing, having room to breathe. I have noticed enemy patterns seem to go center, left, then right whenever they show up in the middle first. Or they'll alternate sides, like, yeah, right, left. And one, obviously just because of the fact that I am very experienced, not having played this for at least a month or so, one of the pieces of advice that I would definitely give is don't try to kill everything on the screen, as tempting as that is, because if you're trying to kind of make it to the end, some of these waves, it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. You're gonna, like, get hurt and stuff, and it's gonna be really not good. And it's gonna be... That was a boss, apparently. Oh, look, those look like crop circles, but they're on the moon. Wow, a thing hit there literally in the same spot twice. I've never seen a crater within a crater within a crater until now, which I've just seen now again because there's a crater there, crater within that one, and a crater within that. You get a crater, you get a crater, you get a crater. This moon was really hated by the universe. Or more specifically, the cosmos. Cosmos really hates this planet, moon thing, whatever it is. And you know what? I do too. You know why? It's gray and uninteresting. The colors aren't very exciting. It's very lame. Who would want to colonize on a gray piece of crap like this? I wouldn't. I mean, I would if the people were nice, but other than that, I mean, I don't like people anyway. So hey, I would never come here. Joke's on you. Especially with all these gray ships. Look how... Oh, well, there's some red ships. At least these guys are angry and very bold about it. And probably very bald about it, too. And probably malding. Now that I've said, oh, they're bald and they like red, that means they're angry, haha. Though it could also mean that they're passionate. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Unless it's a book of a series you really like, and then be extremely excited about it until you read it and then realize it's a piece of shit. Oh, look, it's another land tank base outside of Luba-Dubacon. And it's got lasers. Does it have any other secret compartments that'll pop out after about 5 seconds? Like a shitty pop-up book? I'm gonna dummy thick this laser. No, I'm not gonna do that. I hate myself for making that comment. I'm gonna stop now, and you're just gonna... Yeah, that's what I think of you. Can I kill you without getting killed myself? Excellent. Perfect. Here's a nuke for good measure. Shit, I missed. I was too late. Too slow. Back to the supply room to replenish my very badly damaged shields because of poor driving decisions and poor driving conditions. Wave 6. Ah, more craters and craters. Good, I'm glad this planet is just as hated as the last one. Moon. I can't tell if these are planets or moons at this point. If they have craters, just go with moon until a scientist comes out and says, actually, the facts of the matter is... the jet black fighters. Wait, what? What kind of a material is this surface? It's like Aero bubble chocolate. Like, you know, they look like those crumbly chocolate bars with the stuff on them. You know what I mean? And now it's snowy looking. Even though that's not snow. That's probably fake sand. Given that we're somewhere. Yeah, that definitely must be, that must mean we're on a Neapolitan planet, because that was probably vanilla ice cream, and this is chocolate, caramel mocha stuff. Yeah, look at all these tanks that aren't being used. Oh! What the heck are you? A boss, apparently. This looks like a bus. There, it's dead. Good. Killed all the passengers on board. It's just craters out in the middle of nowhere that have a crater within a crater. Ah, more icy stuff. With its own moat that had been drained many millennia ago. That particular patch of ice thought it was so, like, it thought so highly of itself that it has its own moat. I can't speak. Those fighters think they're so stealthy. Standing out like a sore thumb like that. Yeah, I still think those like fire bullet pellets are probably the most damaging to your phase shield versus literally anything else. I also like that there was a ship docked there. Obviously was is in the past tense because now it is in the past tense. Because I destroyed it. Here's another land tank. See, they've got so many land tanks. They got all of these at the bottom of Kinder boxes. Kinder boxes? You don't have those. Cereal boxes. At least with this one's firing pattern, it's easier to get in and destroy it before it has a chance to hurt you severely and deeply and emotionally. I like how this is the weapon emporium. I only just noticed this. This is a weapons emporium, but it does shields. That's some false advertising there, my friend. Wave 7. We're almost done. Oh, this is a very red planet. Probably angrier than Mars. Oh, I can't see them. I can't see them very well. They chose red paint jobs. Oh my god, I'm almost gonna... Wow, I have lost 2 of my shields. And we're not even through the first batch of enemies, which is why don't challenge them head on. Apply directly to the forehead, because you will get hurt. Since I actually want to get through to the end of that mission with more than just 3 of my shields intact, I'm going to go back and buy more, and then I'm going to try a different approach. Okay, now I'm going to try the shoot them until they die from the side approach. Just so I can still get some cash money for my efforts, but I'm not in the middle of dying of heat death in a very focused, small surface area projectile like I just was. But that also means I forfeit my ability to shoot the very blended in red tanks. Not that that matters much, because look at that little shrimpy bastard. He's off the screen already, pretty much. There are a lot of tanks. Why are there so many tanks? Okay, twin fuck-off laser time to deal with all the tanks. I like how that did not age very well at all. I was saying, oh, who cares about the tanks? And then all of a sudden there were so many tanks I couldn't deal with them, so I had to start panicking about them, and it was hilarious. so mucho funny. I hate these things. I hate their design. They just look like a pig with like huge nostrils. They'll just oink and snort at you whenever it shoots. Just oink. Ow. That hurt. That was a powerful snort. I wonder what I'd do in this situation. Ah. They blow up anyway. Alright, what's the next? Oh, it's a land tank. This one I actually think you can just, ignore. Yeah, this one, you just ignore it because it can't hurt you unless you stare it in the face like I did. It's the most pointless mini-boss because it just shows up. You forget where you are for a minute like what I did. I'm like, is this the final boss of this wave or is this the first boss? Because obviously I had to restart and that means that I'd completed it in my mind. And then I realized, oh, no. It's just there. And then it hurt me. And I've stopped paying attention, as you can tell. Considering the fact that I keep flying into the path of most resistance. And then I fly up really close to the top, which is where the sun is, proverbially. And then my name turns into Icarus. And then I die. I fly too close to the top of the screen, get my ass burnt, not know where my weapons are, or where my wheels are, and then I bite off way more than I could chew, throw off a nuke. I am actually somewhat panicking now for some reason. This is what I mean, though. Don't go out actively searching for kills because you are going to be the thing that gets killed. I think this particular land tank bonds. No, this one's not too bad, thankfully. If I'd have fucked around and found out and then ended up dealing with the ones in the later waves, I would be in a much worse position. Not that I'm in a particularly great position right now. Okay, I'm just gonna change to these because that homing turret is pissing me off a bit. More nukes. There. Now I can just sit here and shoot in peace. There, another done dusted. Okay. Now we have to replenish, shut up. And I have to replenish that, and I have to replenish all of these, and I have to replenish all the nukes that I very responsibly spent. Where are they? Ah, the mega booms. All right. Wave 8. Wait. This is a missile pod, and it's useless. Now, when you get to the wave 8 and the final wave whatever's after 8, you are going to want to just like stick to the side for the most part because it gets to be too risky to challenge like literally anything to a 1v1. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but 1v1s aren't very common anymore in this meta. Once you get to this stage, everyone has like a stupid instant kill, one-hit kill weapon. It's so annoying. The devs need to really rebalance the meta. They all have homing shots or pain shots or instant death fuck-off lasers or whatever else they happen to have at the time. Whereas I'm going to take a detour to pick up a piece of coal because that's what Santa thinks of me. That water is very green and probably tastes like Mountain Dew, but it probably has a whole host of mutacious side effects that you might not want to experiment with, because there have not been any controlled trials done on ingesting. Wow, why is this one over here Crush Orange? They've got the Mountain Dew Lake. Oh, it's that type. Okay. It's very hot water. It's spicy. It's spicy Mountain Dew. I got you. Where the shots actually blend in with the background. Oh, look, it's the fork guy. Look, it was the fork guy. He is now in the past tense. I would stop shooting, but it's not very energy efficient. See, I have to blow through the military spending budget with this amount of lasers and rockets and missiles, because we have to make our money's worth. Specifically here on this, whatever this place is. But this Mountain Dew ass looking water stuff. As I said, do as I say, not as I do. Stay to the side and don't go searching for kills. If you really desperately want to kill a bunch of stuff, just launch a nuke responsibly. But if you don't, and you're patient, and you're a nomad like me, then don't do that. Just hang out on the side, just chill out for a little bit. Still lose a lot of your shields anyway. And yeah, then make your way to the boss eventually, and then eventually kill it, because it'll probably take forever if it's yet another land tank, which I think it is. Oh wow, look at that. It's the first land tank we've ever seen before. This one with hidden compartments. One of them I destroyed. Okay, that clears me up a little bit. But not... Okay, I really want to get rid of that homing. Okay, good, perfect. Now I can just take an eternity to deal with these. Which laser's better, the orange one or the blue one? Just touching the hitbox. Nice. Perfect. And now on to the final wave, so I can be done with this and be done with everything. Replenish my nukem dukums and get more shields if I can remember the order and not pass them. Okay. To final wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Final. Yeah, definitely stick to the side on this one. Doesn't matter which side you pick. I'm just gonna stick to the right because that's comfortable. I'm just kidding. It's not really comfortable when you crash into things. You can change to the pew pew laser to look at how pointless it is. I really wanted to get another nuke to replace the nukes that I already have. So don't hate. Ah yeah, that cannon there is super duper sophisticated and can shoot 3 entire bullets at home all in one shot. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know how they do it. They got all this crazy technology and yet they still don't have just an instant, oh, just look at something and it explodes. Ah, another nuke to replace the ones I've already got. This one's a new nuke. It's a nuke. N-E-double-K-E. Double K? W-K-E. The only language and communication I know is lasers. I don't need English. I don't need speech to text. Text to speech, I just need laser to face. Laser directly to the forehead. Ow. Okay. Alright. I don't even know what was in that container. I just picked it up so quick. And again, do as I say, not as I do. Stay to the side. Especially, again, given that the boss is coming up. I really want to go and get that canister, but I can't. Ow, thank you for crashing into me. Right, yeah, this boss has... It also has some lasers that'll pop up in the main section, I think. Yep, I was right. I'm always right, except when I'm not. Oh shit, I actually might... I didn't realize how low my health was, but I mean, we'll be able to make it through this. It's gonna take a while, so long as I don't mess up anything. Literally, this is what the boss just turns into. It's just up and down, waiting until he finishes. And with the power of editing, I can tell you how long that took. Wow. That took forever. And that boss, for whatever reason, doesn't give the same signs when it's almost dead. At least the central section doesn't. The others do. You push the throttle, pull back on throttle, afterburn position to escape from the scenes of silent destruction. It was pretty loud. The dreams of wealth that have eluded you for so long have just been fulfilled. In the darkness that surrounds you, you find warmth in the knowledge that there is no one who can claim a greater victory than yours. Yeah. Dealing with a land tank that takes far more munitions than I have the patience to use. Excellent. So that is it. That is Raptor Call of the Shadows. Yeah, it's one of the first shmups that I have ever played, and it's fun, and it's good, and it's very satisfying, and it's got great replay value, because again, with every completion you do of every sector, region, whatever, it gets progressively harder until it caps out, and yeah, it's a good game. You should definitely pick it up. It's sold on major platforms, Steam, Good Old Games. This is the Good Old Games version of the game because it's the 2010 version? Because it's been re-released a few times. This is the 2010 version, and I think the 2015 version that was released on Steam has issues with save files, but this one doesn't, thankfully. So that's why I used this one. But other than that, there's no functional difference between the two versions. So you can pick and choose your poison and shoot some strangely shaped ships yourself. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Not sure what I'm doing next, but we will figure that out when we get to it. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stupid shit that everyone tells you to do at the end of every video, apparently for some reason. And I'll see you next time. Yeah, bye.